Heya, CinnaBunny here. I have something fun today. Something nostalgic for me. Pac-Man. Pac-Man is awesome. This specifically is Pacman Adventures in Time. Pacman Adventures in Time was released to the world in the year 2000, the same year CinnaBunny was born. Hey, that's me. The story of this game is short but good. The ghosts have stolen a magical power pellet called the Artifact. They give this to the big meatball called the Mollusc. He smashes it into 4 pieces, sending each piece into a different point in time. The professor wakes up Pac-Man hastily and tasks him with travelling through time to retrieve the artifact hunks. The artifact keeps Pac-Land free from evil, so it's best we do collect and repair it. The rest is history. Literally, we're gonna travel through history. Starting out, Pac-Man is transported to the Jurassic era. His adventure goes from there. I'm sure you know how Pac-Man works. Collect all the dots in the maze to complete the level. The power pellets let you eat ghosts, and fruit spawns in for bonus points. In game, there's 2 viewing options. A third-person camera that follows Pac-Man, and a top-down camera. The top-down camera is the best. It's like the classic way to play Pac-Man. The third-person camera is good, but it doesn't show much. The field of view with it will lead to some cheap deaths by the ghosts. Of course, Pac-Man's cool. He can jump. This jump is on a short cooldown, but it can be used to vault over ghosts and hazards with ease. It does switch up the formula a bit and adds on a slice of technique. In the right circumstances, it can reduce the need for power pellets, given you can avoid ghosts by jumping over them. But be warned, the jump isn't instant. Jumping too close to the ghost will result in a life lost. The jump can be used tactically too, jumping over a power pellet and saving it for later. There is 5 chapters to Pacman Adventures in Time. Chapter 1 has Pac-Man travelling to the Jurassic era and then Egypt. Chapter 2 has Pac-Man travelling to the medieval era and then back to Egypt. Chapter 3 has Pac-Man travelling to the Wild West, then back to the medieval era. Chapter 4 has Pac-Man... Chapter 4 has Pac-Man travelling back to the Wild West again. Chapter 5 has Pac-Man travelling to the far future. Given what's shown so far, you might be able to tell that this is Pac-Man with gimmicks. Each time period has a different gimmick that switches up the gameplay in both good and bad ways. The Jurassic era introduces slopes, which slow down Pac-Man when running up them, and speed him up when sliding down them. These feature in a majority of the game. Also, a cool alligator. Look at this guy, he's just chilling. Boulders roll down some of the areas. These will squash Pac-Man if he's in their path. They can also be used to squish ghosts, which is cool. Layered levels, so a ground floor and then a second floor, which have pellets to collect. This features in a majority of the levels. Volcanic rocks, also a neato anti-gravity section. Don't stay on the walls for too long or you'll fall off. Egypt has cobras that stun Pac-Man, and cobras that do the kill. A level with no power pellets. Platforms that break after walking on them. Pressure plates that hold power pellets. Floor spikes that stun Pac-Man. And a swimming section where Pac-Man can't jump. The medieval era has a pig that chases you around. Logs in a river that can smush Pac-Man and the ghosts. A big old mushroom. Jousting knights. A dragon that breathes fire. Small wall segments that hold pellets and raise when all pellets are eaten. The Wild West features rattlesnakes that stun-lock Pac-Man for several seconds. A large second floor. A train that will destroy. A continuous maze atop a train carriage. Each maze completed will continue on to the next, but it's timed, so be quick. A big totem pole. An underwater segment where Pac-Man can jump, but he only gets air by eating pellets. Also minecarts. In the minecarts, you can't turn backwards like running normally. If not controlling Pac-Man, he will turn randomly, leading to some cheap deaths. The future has electric pads that stun Pac-Man, and that's about it. These gimmicks can be tough, honestly. I played the game on easy mode for my first playthrough, and still, I have to admit I was on 1 life for a vast majority of the game. The gimmicks in each level vary from being pretty easy and avoidable, to being very tough and leading to some cheap deaths. Extra lives are earned every 50,000 points, however. Usually when I received an extra life, I'd lose it shortly after. Oh, speaking of gimmicks, mini-games. There's a mini-game after each few levels. They vary in what they are, but there's a few. A running segment, run from the ghosts, pick up pellets and fruits. A basket shuffle game, where you have to guess where the fruit is when the baskets are shuffled. A tile match game, match 2 tiles to get some points. Feed the baby dinosaurs, but don't feed the ones with closed mouths. Oh, they look so cute. Throw pellets at the targets, except the controls don't work. Fun! Throw pellets at the fruit and not the bombs. This one works. Yum! Mash spacebar to crank it! Get to the end of the rails and win. Guide the minecart to collect all the pellets. Don't get jump scared like I did. The most common of these mini games is the one where you run from ghosts. The second to that is the one where you run from something when mashing the spacebar to go forwards. The dinosaur feeding game is cute, but it's the only one of its kind. The target shoot one doesn't work, so that's bad. The fruit toss is fun and appears twice. The tile match also appears twice. And the basket shuffle appears only once. The minigames are pretty neat. They pop up to break up the gameplay, but mostly they're here for bonus points. Completing a minigame will net you a decent chunk of points, and will easily pave the way for an extra life. This does make them essential sometimes if you're low on lives. After completing the game, Pac-Man with the repaired artifact returns to the present. As the Mollusc destroys the artifact, Pac-Man hits the Mollusc with a laser beam, destroying him and saving the day. Oh, yeah, also the other game modes. Mazes and multiplayer. Mazes will let you replay any unlocked maze from the adventure mode. This can allow you to hone your skills on a specific maze, or simply just pass the goal and give a personal goal to strive for. Multiplayer has a few game modes: Dot Mania, Time Bomb, and Ghost Tag. Dot Mania pits you against 3 other players, in this instance for me, bots. The winner is determined by whoever eats the most dots when the time is up. Time Bomb features one person with a bomb. Running into someone else will knock them over and give them the bomb. When the time is up, the bomb blows up and the person holding it is eliminated. Be the last person standing without the bomb to win. Ghost Tag is last. In Ghost Tag, 3 players are ghosts and 1 is Pac-Man. The Pac-Man player collects dots and the ghosts have to catch him. Given the ghosts are a little faster, this can be easy at times. Being caught will turn you into a ghost, and the person who caught you will become Pac-Man. Unfortunately, there's no invincibility frames with this game, so you can become Pac-Man and get caught instantly if the ghosts are stacked up. The winner is determined by whoever got the most dots. You can't jump in any of the multiplayer modes. That's exclusive to the adventure mode. Weird but cool. Pacman Adventures in Time is pretty cool. I love this game a lot. I would highly recommend Pacman Adventures in Time. It can be tough at times, but it's also pretty fun and cool. I love how each area tries to change up the gameplay with a new hazard, and it usually does so very well. The music in this game's pretty sweet too. It's been playing throughout the video. If you enjoyed the gameplay of Pacman Adventures in Time, I'd recommend trying to nab a CD copy of it. They're a little pricey, but it's pretty cool. If you enjoyed the video, go check out my other stuff. I review and look at some cool games. For now though, I've been CinnaBunny, and I'll catch you later, mate.